I found the Black Cyclists Network 2 summers ago. I was in Regent's Park. I saw a big group of Black men, and I had never seen that in my life. I've never seen so many Black cyclists in my life. I looked them up. Google again. Thank you. I found out about the Black Cyclists Network, that they meet on every week, and so I turned up. Big group of mostly Black men again, but I saw some Black women, and immediately I thought, wow, okay, this is new. Sidled up to one and sort of was like, hi, and sort of what's going on, strengthening numbers. But it was a really friendly welcome. I did the ride with them. It was very flexible to switch between the groups, and the welcome post ride was quite astonishing, very engaging, and a real effort to engage with me as a woman, as a Black cyclist, as a Black woman cyclist, actually addressing the issue that there are very few Black women cyclists, and that the BCN supports that. I think overall, when I just, especially post ride, when I saw all these riders, I realized that I'd not ridden, well, I remembered I'd not ridden with a Black woman ever up until that point, ever. I sort of thought, wow, that's I've been riding for a long time. Wow. And I'd cracked on. I'd gotten on with it. I've ridden with various clubs. I'd had good times. I'd had not so good times. I rode Paris to London and I had a great time. But then I turned up to BCN and I was like, wow, there's something I didn't even know I was missing here. And it was just another level of community. It was 2 levels of identity that I hadn't been able to bring into something that I loved doing. And that was being a Black person and being a woman. Being in the BAME community, being a woman, where it was actually addressed, where I was around people that had the shared experience of being a minority within a minority. It was empowering. It felt like as a group of people, there are many of us, it's not just me flying the flag by myself, but together, in numbers, we have the ability to change an industry, a landscape where it looks like we don't belong because we're just not there. And this, and I very much relate this to women in BCN as well. I think in the past 2 years, there are now about 40 of us, which is amazing. And not something I ever thought I'd be a part of. It's so exciting. It's so supportive. A lot of strong women there. It was an unparalleled experience for me. I think, as I mentioned, the other thing was that I really saw them make an effort, had people come up to me and talk about BAME women in the absence of them within cycling. And I also saw on the ride patience and support for riders with less experience in group riding. And the point I want to make there is that there's a much higher proportion of women in that group related to group riding, because there are less BAME women cycling. So seeing that, it wasn't patronizing, it was just supportive. I really thought, okay, this is an inclusive community. And this is something that I want to be a part of. And as I say, there was a real sense of joy, and it was inclusive. It wasn't just Black cyclists. There was cyclists of other ethnicities. There were white cyclists there as well. And going back to the mission of BCN and the mandate that Elizabeth mentioned at the beginning, it's about inclusion. They created a safe space for a community for riders who haven't been represented. But overlaying that is being inclusive. It was a revelation. It's still something that really excites me, because the mission is so important and the community is so real and effective.